Whoa, 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 whoa. I love Bradley Cooper. Let's just set the record straight here. I love Bradley Cooper. I think he is one of the most talented actors, writers, filmmakers, directors. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart that there was a meeting of the dragons and that he was there. It was at his house. You can't deny it. Now, what happened in the meeting? That's what we want to know. What happened in the meeting? Something happened. I'm not saying that Bradley Cooper is involved in this whole diabolical, wild plan that Blake had, but something happened in that meeting. There was a meeting on October 26th that had Taylor Swift, Sean Levy, Bradley Cooper, Hugh Jackman, Blake Lively, and Ryan Reynolds all at Bradley Cooper's house on October 26th. It was big news. It was everywhere that day that all these hot shots, all of these besties, all of these dragons were all meeting in New York. Now, the only reason why I think that something happened in that meeting or something was said, to what extent, that's what we want to know, is because all of these people are best friends. They're besties. They have been besties for over a decade. They are godparents to Blake and Ryan's kids. Sean Levy is the godfather, Taylor Swift the godmother. They are besties for a decade. In Blake Lively's own lawsuit, this is her new amended lawsuit on page 5, paragraph 15, she states, as a result of guild strikes, productions of the film shut down on or about June 14th, 2023. In the midst of that shutdown, on October 13th, 2023, Miss Lively confided in a text to a female cast member that she was dreading going back to our film. I keep getting hits of the experience in really upsetting ways. The female cast member expressed empathy for Miss Lively and confirmed similar feelings. Right, so ding, ding, ding. I would go as far to say as that Blake wasn't texting another female actor. She was texting an employee because Blake was an executive producer. Blake thought she was so much of a boss and a producer on the set that she fought and pressured for the PGA credit, which she got on the set. Therefore, she was the lead girl. She was it. She was the exec. She was the producer that brought the movie together. So I would go as far as to say that she wasn't texting another female actor. She was texting an employee on October 13th about feeling so uncomfortable and dreading going back to the set. Although up until that point, there were open communications between Wayfarer, Justin, and Blake. Something happened in that meeting, because if Blake is so comfortable to go to an employee, another actress on the set of It Ends With Us, and tell her how uncomfortable she feels, how this keeps hitting her, how she's dreading going back to the set of It Ends With Us, then you would think at a party, get together, meeting, whatever this was, right? Let's say it was just them to all get together because they're best friends and they haven't seen each other in a long time. They're like second family, right? They all get together. And Blake doesn't say anything. She's so comfortable a week before texting another person on the set, but then when she's with her best friends, these huge powerhouses, the top in their field, she doesn't say anything. Something happened at the meeting. She said something. What was it? What happened at that meeting? I'm not saying Bradley Cooper is involved or he's a bad guy or he put together some mastermind of a plan. I'm just saying, if you meet with all of your best friends and a week before you were texting other people saying how comfortable you were, then you think that when you were with your best friends who are powerhouses, who have every say when it comes to anything with music, entertainment, film, that you would share your experiences as well. And I think all we want to know is what happened in that meeting. And I don't know if we are ever going to find out, because after that, something shifted in Blake, because her next response wasn't about getting dailies, wasn't about getting her hand on the new film. It was the 17-point demand. Did Blake tell all of her dragons how uncomfortable she was on set, what was happening, how she was dreading going back, how she was being repeatedly SH'd on set? Did she say everything's great, everything's awesome? Did she undermine Justin and say, well, the movie could be really good and the franchise is amazing, but he's awful. I don't know what he's doing. He has no idea he's going to ruin this for me. What happened? I mean, things were, I think personally, were probably said. And if she is coming to her best friends, the way she was texting the other actress, saying how uncomfortable she was and how she was dreading going back, and she gets these moments where it all hits her, if she's saying that to her best friends who are huge, huge powerhouses, Bradley Cooper, Hugh Jackman, Taylor Swift, Sean Levy, her husband, Ryan Reynolds, if she's saying that to them, what did they say? Oh, okay, well, what you should do is come up with a 17-point demand, and when they agree to it, you go back to set and you act like nothing happened and everything's fine. Or did they say something like, I don't know. Did they say, hey, how about you call your lawyer? How about you never show up on that set again? How about you take him to court and you fight for this movie? Did Blake say something like, hey, how much would it cost to maybe reshoot all of the scenes with Justin and I can push him out, and maybe Bradley, I can have you come in, and how much would that cost? Who knows what was said, but you don't go into a gathering with all of your besties who you probably all don't get together very often with, just a week before texting a coworker, and then now you're not saying nothing in that meeting. I think it's just very important to find out whether or not this screening actually happened. This Reddit post that was written almost a year ago now, it was written 6 months before all of the drama even happened, that there was a special screening. Ben Affleck was there, Bradley Cooper, I think, etc., and everyone didn't know what it was. Okay, did this meeting happen? Did this private screening happen? And then what role did Bradley Cooper play in order for Blake Lively to give him a special thanks at the end of the credits? Because she thanked a lot of people, a lot of Reynoldses, I noticed. But among all of the Reynoldses and Gordon Reynolds, who played Nice Pool, Bradley Cooper. Now, I'm not saying he's a bad guy and he's in this and he's part of this diabolical plan that he knew Blake was doing all of this stuff and taking over the movie and being difficult to work with and da-da. I don't think any of them knew to the extent of what was actually happening on set and Blake's whole master plan. But that meeting did happen. It is documented. There was paparazzi. They all took pictures of this big party, I guess, not a meeting. It's a gathering of friends. But the timing just seems a little weird because Blake was fine texting back and forth with Justin up until October. In the end of September, they announced that Scarlett Johansson was going to have her directorial debut. Justin Baldoni was executive producer with the production company Wayfarer. Then early October, she's texting in her own lawsuit, texting a female co-star about not returning to work because she's dreading it. And then a week later meets up with all of these people, these huge superstars, her dragons, and doesn't say anything in that meeting about nothing? I don't know. I just think it's interesting, and I think this is why they want the attorney eyes only. Sorry, I need my emotional lip gloss, okay? Because it is weird. And now, I love Bradley Cooper. This breaks my heart. And a lot of people messaging me and DMing me like, you're so brave for putting this out there and no one wanted to take this story because he was in it. And I'm not saying he's part of nothing. I'm just saying he's probably going to get deposed, and all of the people that were involved in that meeting, and something happened. And they're going to follow it, of course. And I would like to know too, what was Blake's state while she was in that meeting? Or meeting, party, whatever, gathering. No. Anyway, I'm scared now. But, okay, love you, Bradley Cooper. I don't think you're a bad guy. I just think all of y'all got trapped into a web, and it goes way further and way deeper, and it's entangled way more than any of us actually really know.